something's going to work in terms of audio in front of us, I reckon.
Audio is pretty good on this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Glad someone says that, because I don't know.
What about?
How is this working?
I just got skills.
You got skills.
Yeah, I got skills. What are you going to do about it?
So today I'm in Saddleback's treasure trove of magical goods. That's the best way of describing it. What you can't see on the camera is all the stuff that's behind the camera, which is beautiful Cannondales, Richies, Moots bikes, more Cannondales, GTs, crazy stuff up there. There's just bikes everywhere basically here. But what I thought would be really good to do with Josh from Saddleback is actually run through some of the Enve wheel range, because I get asked quite a lot what are the differences between, say, the 4.5, 3.4, the foundation range, the AG range, and obviously then the mountain bike range. There's a lot of wheels, and you're the guy that knows a lot of stuff about us, so I thought you'd be the person to ask.
Cool.
Where do you want to start?
We'll start with some of the things that you are currently running.
On my actual wheels?
Your actual wheels.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, there's two.
Yep. So we'll start with the most winningest wheel at the moment. I say that. So this is the wheel set that Pogacar uses. These are the 4.5, so you'll see them in the Tour. But they're a little bit more capable than just a road race wheel set. Now, you've got it set up here with 34s?
Yeah, 34s.
34s.
So 134s.
So they're a very wide rim beds. Obviously, it's a 4.5 does not mean that they're 45mm deep. They have a variable rim depth, front and rear. So it's just it's a close approximation to the rim depth. So it's not 40 front, 50 rear. It's actually, I think it's 45 a bit front, 48 rear. And they're hookless. So all of the Enve rims now are hookless. So there's a big hoo-ha about hookless rims, that sort of stuff. But with all the pressures of tyres coming down quite considerably, sub 100 psi, especially for road use, down into the 20s and far lower for mountain biking as well. The pressure consideration where people were running 120, 160 and high does not exist anymore. And so the thought of blowing tyres off rims doesn't exist. And when you look at your car, for example, your tyres are crisp beads on those. So it's a known technology, it's a known quantity these days, and it does mean that you have a much more supple tyre to rim combination.
All Enve rims are hookless, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah. So it's meant to be, you run it, there's a tubeless setup. There are specific tubeless systems for Enve. They have a very, very good rim take with them. And so setting up tubeless is actually very straightforward.
Yeah.
It's really well. These ones, your ones, are built up with the Chris King hubs. You see the nice purple hubs here?
I think they're the best colour hub.
Yep.
Personally, apart from the pink ones that no longer exist.
The pink ones are definitely the most fabulous.
Yeah.
Definitely. But these are a close second. So these are the R45 hubs. Typically these come with the inner drive hubs, which we'll see in a minute. But the Chris King, really, if you're looking for something that is a lifelong investment, and so you buy it once and you just look after it each year. They run so smoothly. They're that typical thing where you wear it in, it doesn't wear out. So you just looking after the seals, looking after the bearings, and then these will last you forever. Definitely.
So these particular hubs were on a different set of wheels, and they've probably done 15,000 k.
Yep.
And they still feel fine.
Smooth.
I mean, we brought them in to have a check over, but they still feel fine.
They still run very, very smoothly. And the hubs,
it sounds good.
Yeah, the Chris King buzz and can't be. They're like. So these are the depth of them, the 4.5s are your every race scenario wheel set. It doesn't matter if you're climbing on tube, or you're blasting on the flats, or you're smashing on cobbles. The 4.5s is every scenario's race wheel. Definitely. You can go much lighter with the 2.3s, but then you are really only in hill flat territory.
They don't know. The 2.3 is a much shallower rim at the end of the day, so it doesn't have the same aero benefit as something like these.
Yeah. So this is a fantastic compromise between aerodynamic performance and low weight. And we're going into some 3.4s. Again, 3.4s denote the variable rim depth between front and rear with a shallower front rim. These are a wider rim bed as well. So this is why we use these for gravel race wheels. Mm-hmm. These are an all-road wheel, really. So using for your tracker challenges to topple races and cave, these are the ones that handle the punishment to the next level. If you want aero performance in on and off-road capacitors, things like the Strada Bianchi, people will be using a lot of these. These are the wheels to go for.
I used them on the Strada Bianchi last year, but I used them at Flanders this year. They were absolutely great. I think it's about maybe 30 psi.
Yep.
On a 34mm tyre, I think it's about 30 I had on them.
When you've got the suitable tyre to rim or to connection, the right pressures being run in them, the right tyres for the scenario, and the 4.5s, if you're looking for that maximum speed advantage, the aerodynamic advantage, they really can't be beaten. Where you're looking for that really, if you got that really punishing terrain, very varied, and you are looking for that, again, it's a compromise between aerodynamic performance and ride quality. These are over the sort of 5, 6, 7 hours, will be much more comfortable in sending out the 4.5s. They're less demanding on the body, definitely.
You wouldn't suggest, say, for example, using a 2.3 as a gravel rim. You'd then probably suggest something more on the AG range. If you're looking for a shallower...
Yeah, the 2.3s really are only a road hill climb.
Yeah.
If you are, as you say, looking for a shallower gravel wheel sets, then the AGs are a perfect option. There's two different AGs, so the AG25 that we have here, and the AG28s. 28s are a 650 wheel set, and the 25s are a 700. As you can see, much shallower rim profile, but again, a very wide internal rim profile. So it's designed to fit a much wider style of tyre, really 30 and up. So
there's a 35, was I think, from that rim at the moment.
Yep.
And the other bit to say about the AG ones is they have external nipples.
They do. So if you're looking for that sort of ultimate bike packing, you're really going off into the bush and you just don't know what you're going to face, then these give you that flexibility of roadside repair. That's the SES range doesn't necessarily have. That's definitely much more of a, if you have some race support, that's very helpful, or neutral service, whereas these are much more suitable for self repair and placement. It's a different carbon itself, still within the sort of Enve world, so it's Enve quality, Enve toughness, but it's not as light, not as refined, not as aerodynamic as the SES. The SES is all-out performance. This is much more suitable for everyday life. Lots of different things that you possibly throw at it. These will take a lot of the punishment for that, especially when you combine it again with a Chris King hub.
Subtle one though, it's black.
This is very subtle, but it's one of those things where it will always work for us.
Sounds good. So Enve's range obviously encompasses road, gravel, mountain bike. You also have the SES range, the AG range, and then there's the foundation range.
Foundation for road. You can use the foundation. There's two versions of the foundation road, which is the 65 and the 45. 45 you can, and most people do use it on gravel type race events, as opposed to that sort of pull capable off-road adventure. You are much more, again, suited to go to the AG as opposed to the Foundation. But they're fast, they're light, they're much more accessible on the SES. The SES range is an expensive wheelset, but you are getting the very best performance from it. So the Foundation is a really good entry into Tailfin card.
I think they look quite cool. The logos are quite cool. It's quite simple.
It's very, very understated. Doesn't shout about what it is. They just perform excellent things.
And then the last bit to mention is the mountain bike range of Enve, which is broad.
Yep.
It's similar level of broadness to what you would have on the road range, really, I guess.
Yes. So the new wheel sets are the new M series range. So this is the M6, and the big thing about the way that Enve have approached these is instead of variable rim depth, because we're not really talking about aerodynamics so much, we're talking about rim widths. So how are your tyre choices going to be affected by the type of ride that you do? So typically you'd have a wider front rim than rear rim, and that's in this case you have a 29 rear and a 32 front, and then this is the M6, which is the sort of all trail absolute ripper of a wheel set. Again, hookless, have variable thicknesses to the rim as well, but the depth of the rim was about 20 mil. It's 20.8 for these ones, and it's the same rim depth on the rear.
Don't want to pick one up, I'm scared it's going to fall off.
Whereas you've got something like the M5 Pro, which is your super light XC Whippet wheel set, where you have the same rim width front and rear, because you're typically running like a 225 nowadays. It's not sometimes wider, like an Ultra 2.4, but it's not as you don't require quite as much support on those wheels as you would do on a hard hitting long travel bike. So the M8, which is a burlier version of this, again we have the variable rim widths, and then finally the M9 Pro, which is definitely your more downhill orientated wheel set, does have the same rim width front to rear, but is a much more reinforced rim, and it also comes with a rim strip which helps protect rock strikes and that sort of stuff. So all of these wheels are designed to handle the most punishing situations that you could find yourself in mountain bike with you.
Right, if you have any questions about Enve's wheel range, drop me a message about it, and I can always reach out to someone at Saddleback, which is the UK distributor for Enve, Chris King, oh my god, Kogel, Wolftooth, Styrkr, Feedback Sports,
Pivot.
Pivot,
Troy Lee.
Abby. If you have any questions anyway about any of that, specifically as well with the Enve range, please let me know, and I can reach out to Josh at Saddleback and answer anything about that. The other thing to mention is that all of the Enve wheels in the UK are built up here at Saddleback. So they are very lovingly made by Charles, not right now, because he's hurt his elbow, Wayne, and Joe. Three really lovely guys who build all the wheels up downstairs in the wheel building workshop, and they are very lovingly made, and they come with a tag of who's made them.
They are not made by robots.
They are not made by robots, they're made by humans.
And that goes for the Foundation, the AGs, up to the SESs. Every single one is handmade with intention, detention, with here. We take a lot of pride in that because they are beautifully made.
And they're very good wheel builders, aren't they?
They are very good wheel builders.
Yeah. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks for watching. Bye.